Oracle. What should they call her? What should they call her? Oracle. Come on in, come on in. Hi, guys. How are we? How we doing? I feel like these aren't really helping me. Hey, gang. What's good, Brianna? Hey, family. Hey, Mocha. Hey, James. Hey, everybody coming on in. What's good, gang, gang? So, what's good, pretty brown Dolly? Hey, hey. I am good today. How are you? I'll tell you what, today I feel like I'm reading better without these. And that could have to do with these glasses that I'm using that are training my eyes. What's good, Jennifer Boyd? Hey, everybody. So listen, we're going to do the elements today. Mercury retrograde is over. It is no longer retrograding, okay? So we're going to see what that holds. Official Venus, we're going to see that holds for the collective. Now, let me explain something. We still have Saturn retrograde, Pluto retrograde, and Neptune retrograde. This shit ain't for the weak. You feel me? But at least Mercury retrograde ain't in the mix as well. Okay? We've got Mars in Libra now. Okay? So what's that talking about? That's like some passive aggressive shit that we have to get off our chest. Okay? So it's like, I feel like it's a take the good, you take the bad, you take them all, and there you have the facts of life, right? What's good, Ethereal Mortis? So, what's good, Miss Lotus Wisdom? What's good, Project Execute? I would just say this. We're at a crescendo. Okay? We at a point. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move, right? Where you felt stuck before, that shit is over, okay? Now, that's going to work in two different ways. Okay? That's going to work. What's good, Lady Artistry? It's going to work in a couple different ways. Because, in some ways, it's extra good, juicy juju that we got today and tomorrow. But also, people who are moving in passive aggressive ways, you're going to see that shit. Yes, we are being unstuck, right? But where people are pushing back just to push back, you're going to see ego type shit on display. You're going to see that kind of fuckery. And if you think about it, it's as above, so below. There were announcements made while we're sitting here doing this. There's announcements being made about DC and how they're going to be trying to restrict shit and, right? And that's going to set up for what boundaries we're going to stand on. Pay attention. Pay attention, because what's happening outside is also happening inside, right? What's good, Mel? So we're going to take a look. Before I start with the individual elements. Okay, yeah. Listen, and I'm going to say one thing. In regards to DC, before we get all into the, word on the curve is they want to put a curfew. And that's implementing a test. This is only a test of the American broadcasting system. And they want to see if they could bring that other to a big city near you. Pay attention. Okay? And as above, so below, the Divine Mother said, come on. Come on. Okay? Because that's going to be the passive aggressive Mars and Libra that pushes the collective to stand on fucking business. So, have it your way. Okay. So anyway, we're going to see what the collective energy is, and then we're going to get into the individual elements. Okay, so let's see what Spirit would like to say to the collective before we go into deeper things. Spirit, can you show me what needs to know right now for their general energy, and what we've already got a card that came out, Breath of the Cosmos, My Will to Thy Will, Micromanaging the Universe. Okay, so there's changes afoot, and there are people who are trying to prevent certain overall progress. Age of Aquarius, right? They're trying to change overall progress. And I feel like the collective more broadly was trying to stay in their elevated energy, trying to stay out the way, trying to transmute. But there's something here about going too far, and that triggers something. And I feel like that's part of what is meant to occur. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. You see? Can't make it up. Okay, so it's purposeful that there's pushback to certain things, and that there's people trying to restrict certain things, because this is supposed to be that breaking point. Okay? If you're following what I'm saying, and all these music festivals, right? And then what I will say, because we're going to get into the individual, elements. But if you know anything about astrology and Aquarius and humanities, Aquarius, it represents that. And then also Uranus represents, change through chaos, right? And then Pluto's death and transformation, right? So what's happening here? What's good? That crazy bee, right? What's happening here? There is a forcing of a breaking of a system that has been trying to restrict to stay alive. Do you understand? So, as far as questions, if you have a personal question, that will be at the end. Stick around, and that will only be for people who are following. So if you want a personal question, you need to be a follower, but that will be at the end. We are going to start with, we are in Leo. We're going to start with fire signs. What's good, fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. Let's go. Let's go to the front. Let's get you guys a money mantra. Let's see how your finances is going to look now that Mercury is out of its retrograde. Also, Mercury is currency. Okay? Yes, the Aqua Twin Fathers. If you know anything, that's, look it up. And you'll understand why it's so fitting for today's discussion. Okay, and this is also in my TikTok shop. Hey, babe. Sun, rising, and moon. Okay, that's all that fire energy. Okay, pull up fire signs. Let's go. I am a living testament that miracles exist. I am living on my highest timeline. Okay, my life is supposed to go well. And the universe bends to my desires. Nothing is out of reach for me. So I've been talking about with my Patreon. If you're not on my Patreon, what are you doing with your life? Okay. But I've been talking with my Patreon about us changing timelines. And that shit happened like yesterday. Okay. And I feel like there's a shift coming now. With this shift, It's gonna be a lot of fire. Okay, shit is gonna have to get burnt away. Okay, but I feel like it sets my fire signs free. I feel safe receiving love. Okay, and I feel like there was something maybe in your vicinity that was preventing that. We're gonna get some tarot. Let's use the Alice in Wonderland deck. I actually have that linked to the shopping cart if you guys are interested. I feel like this deck is a good one for that because we're supposed to be holding an image of what it is we're. Okay, you got to be a little delulu, okay, because right now everything on the outside looks crazy, right? But that is also to hijack your frequency, also to hijack your forward, right? Or vision. Okay, what are we allowing to penetrate our vision? All right, so here we go. Spirit, can you show me what it is that my fire signs need to know at this time? At the bottom of the deck, 3 of Cups. There could have been an event. Hey, sis. There could have been an event. If you guys are not following Lady Artistry, you need to be following Lady Artistry. Okay, she's so talented. Go and check out all her art. Okay, the 3 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Something could have occurred that felt like it shifted your energy. It feels like an event. It could have upended some situations for you. But I feel like these were things that maybe you were holding on to, some things that couldn't come with you to the new timeline. And let's say that these people, certain people, they might not necessarily be gone, but they had to get off your back. Okay, because I feel like you were carrying too much over the cross line, okay? For private questions, you have to wait till the end and you have to be a follower, okay? There were people who weren't putting in the work to lifting themselves up out of their situations. And so it was easier for them to hitch a ride. I feel like with this hitching a ride, right? It was, you were like drowning, okay? And I feel like you had to the load had to be lightened, okay? So we're going to take a look. Spirit, can you show me what is it that my fire signs need to know right now? What do fire need to know right now, please? You have now I need my glasses. The 8 of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups. I like that. The 2 of Cups, okay? The 10 of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Okay. So I feel like there's a lot of energy here. I feel like there's communication headed towards you right now, water signs. I mean, fire signs, okay? It feels watery, like it has to do with something emotional, something maybe you were waiting on some results. The Knight of Pentacles, you can feel like something was moving slow. I feel like something is about to start moving for you. 9 of Cups, it is wish fulfillment. It is something that you want, okay? But you had it was on the back of a choice, okay? So a relationship or something could have fallen to the wayside. You might have needed somebody's help and they didn't show up in the way that they needed to show up. Okay, this could have made you realize that you're standing on your own, but this also meant that you had to cut off some dead weight. 8 of Wands, Spirit, why? With the Fool and the 10 of Cups, okay? I feel like something really good is about to come for you. You're getting word about a new beginning. This could be a move. You're going to get to distance yourself from something that feels bitter. Okay? Maybe in that time of your need or something. Thank you guys for all the love. I greatly appreciate you. Maybe in that time of your need, fire signs, you had to like deal with shit from somebody else, from your past. It feels a little bit like humble pie, but I feel like you turned this around with your energy. Spirit is also wanting you to know that this was something that you had to resolve, about learning how to control your fire, that you've always had a problem with doing that. I feel like right now, because you had to practice restraint, that was a skill that you achieved in that. Anybody who has questions, that will be at the end, okay? And you have to be a follower, okay? So in actuality, you should be thankful for whatever came up, fire signs, because it actually freed you from something. Free your mind, right? Knight of Pentacles. Why is this Knight of Pentacles here for my fire signs? A lot of you might have moved or be separated. 10 of Wands, okay, because there was a lot of burdens that you couldn't solve your burdens and other people's burdens, and I feel like you were doing too much for other people, okay, and they weren't doing enough for themselves, let alone for you. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, it was draining your finances, but I feel like now that you have it feels like you physically relocated, but it could be spiritually, energetically. This could be new boundaries, okay? And I feel like now your coin is starting to add up, okay? But it has to do with you learning a restraint, okay? With the 10 of Cups here, Spirit, look, at the bottom of the deck, I didn't even notice, was the Strength card, okay? And I'm talking about that. The 10 of Cups. Why is the 10 of Cups here for my fire signs, please? Thank you for the follow, my love. Why is the 10 of Cups here for my fire signs? With the King of Swords, okay? I feel like somebody could be professing something to you, okay? But you may not necessarily buy that completely, okay? Because it may feel very airy without anchor. It may feel like it's not evidenced in the actions. It may feel like it's a lot of lip service, fire signs, because I feel like you had to do something on your own, on my own, right? You have the 2 of Cups here, Spirit. I feel like this is opening the way. Yes, it is, for a whole new world, but you had to close something. Look at this. 2 of Cups with the World. Close something out so you could get a King of Wands. Now, this would be your king, okay? This would be your king, but I feel like what's happening here is that you're finding somebody that's more like-minded, that wants to take action in the way that you do, that goes after solutions, that doesn't sit around waiting for other people to make a path for them, which is what you need. I feel like the people that were with you before were riding your coattails in some way, draining your resources, Spirit is saying. Okay, so in this new season, part of what you have to accept is that certain situations that happened so you could be freed of responsibility that was not yours. Okay? It was not yours. Maybe you did it as a labor of love because you love these people, but you have to understand that even that sometimes can become disabling to them, because they have to learn to take actions for themselves, right? So let's say that this is a child, an adult child, right? You're not going to leave that child forever, right? But you may be allowing them to have to deal with their consequences a little bit more on their own, so that way they can be more prepared for life circumstances. Okay, so this is about boundaries, fire signs. Okay, you got the 10 of Wands here. Okay, these were the burdens that you were taking for other people. And an event, something happened that it became like you had to choose between you and them. It's almost like you made forced spirit into showing you that you couldn't do both, okay? High priestess. Okay, I feel like also that they were gonna let you sacrifice yourself, and that was the tipping point. Spirit, can you show me why is this Ace of Wands here? What's like the fire you needed put under your belly, right? With the Six of Pentacles, look at that coming out cross because there wasn't enough to go around. And rather than this person trying to figure out a way to assist to make the load lighter, they were trying to figure out how they could continue getting you to carry the load, even if it meant you were going to sink. Okay? And the Two of Swords, you never expected what went down, and you feel some sadness about it. But you were being freed because something was making you feel like you needed this thing that was actually drowning you or pulling you down. Okay? And that was actually leaving you out in the cold from the dreams that you were trying to achieve for yourself. Okay, Seven of Cups, it was always an illusion, boo. You kept looking at them like you needed them. No, babes, they needed you. They needed you. And so now that the deck has been cleared, you have an opportunity to build from the ground up an energy and an environment that is happy for you. Now, let's say you move. Let's say you got a cheaper place, you can afford this, da 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 da. If you move the same people that got you in that situation back in, Spirit is not going to assist you because they just freed you. Okay? Listen, I'm always going to keep it a buck with you. You have to look at the situation and ask. We don't have to get rid of people, but we do have to protect ourselves from standing in our own way and their way too. Okay? So first you need to learn how to carry your own weight. Again, it's like learning how to, crawl to walk. And you can't do that with this person or this extra responsibility that is not yours on your back. So Spirit took it off. Spirit's waiting to see. Are you going to pick it up again? Because that part will be on you. Okay? Because somebody has to learn. Thank you for the gift, my love. Somebody has to learn to put some work in. Okay? That's what I have for my fire signs. First, Virgo, Capricorn, pull up. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. 4, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Earth signs, pull up. Spirit, can you show me what it is that my Earth signs need to know right now? What do they need to know, please? What do they need to know? I am a money magnet. I don't search for love. Love searches for me, and the circles around me empower me. You're welcome, my love. I feel like a Spirit is telling you and probably has already shifted the rooms you're in. Oh, thank you, that crazy bee. Thank you so much for the gift. I greatly appreciate you. My accuracy is bar none. Thank you, my love. I feel like the circles around me empower me. Listen, Earth signs, you shifted your energy already. I feel like a lot of the things were taken, the blockages were taken out of your sphere. Okay? I feel like you have new people around you with more like-minded energy. Now, I didn't say perfect. I said more like-minded. Okay? So now there's like growth on the horizon. Okay, the universe spoils me constantly. Oh, okay, I love that. Okay. I feel like you are stepping into the energy of like God's favorite, or of like claiming that shit. Like maybe before you didn't want to seem arrogant, like, oh, I don't want to seem too cocky, right? And now you're saying it with your chest, like I'm chosen. Okay. Let's see what Spirit wants us to know. Spirit, can you show me? Come on, my earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What is it that they need to know right now? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, please. Thank you guys for all the love. I greatly appreciate you. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, please. Oh, we getting spoiled now. Okay, here we go. 8 of Wands. 8 of Cups. 7 of Wands. 9 of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. The Chariot and the 9 of Cups. Okay, I could dig it. Let's see what we got real quick. Spirit, can you show me why is it that the 8 of Wands is here for my earth signs, please? Why is this 8 of Wands here? There's some kind of communication coming in from the universe, okay? 8 of Wands, Spirit. Why is that? 8 of Wands with the 5 of Cups, okay? Earth signs, you have a little bit of sadness on you. Okay, I'm an earth sign. I heard recently that somebody passed away that was very dear to me. But those things can be symbolic in a sense of like yesterday, of the life you had. I feel like earth signs, you might be in the void right now, where you know what no longer will be, but you have not necessarily seen what is or what will be. Okay, if you'd like a personal question, they will be done at the end, and you must be a follower. Okay, so there's some sadness that goes with the releasing. Okay, but I feel like you may not necessarily know what it is that you're gaining. Okay, thank you guys for all the love. I greatly appreciate you. With the 8 of Cups here, you might have had to walk away from some things, or some things walked away from you. There were some choices that were made. Changes I've been going through because I want to be with you. Right? You got the 8 of Cups, the Lovers, and the Chariot. There were some things, or you might be presently going through this, having to leave some things behind that no longer suit you. But I feel like this already happened, and there may be some residual signs and synchronicities that are showing you that it's really gone, it's really done, it's really finished, right? Thank you guys for all the love. You got the 7 of Wands here, okay? I feel like you're now recognizing I am above the competition. Maybe before you had trouble, like you didn't want to seem egotistical or something like that. But there's something about accepting that you are strong, that the way that you show up is different. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream, right? That's the kind of girl I need down on my team, right? It feels like there's something here about your strength, about your accepting that, about you stopping to act like it's not true any fucking more, right? Maybe you learned that, earth signs, because when you would enter rooms, people would shun you for your energy, so you learn to try to like be less seen, less, and we're not being less anymore. Okay, you got the 9 of Wands here. Okay, maybe fitting into a smaller box just was giving you leg cramps. Like, I don't fit in that shit no more. I'm tired of shrinking myself or trying to pretend that it's not here. It's been a bad idea all the way the fuck around anyway. It only caused me problems when I acted like I was less anyway. And these fucking people didn't appreciate it any fucking way, right? And the 9 of Swords, you know why? Because it came across as unauthentic, okay? Because whether or not they like it or they don't like it, right? It is what the fuck it is. And when you're being yourself, people at least will respect that, right? But it's like this air of like trying to be liked when that wasn't the role you were sent here for any fucking way. Judgment. You here to stand in the gap and stand on fucking business and take no fucking prisoners. Okay? And that would be real and that will be authentic. And then your tribe will show up and you'll do that with love. That doesn't mean that you're not a loving person. It just means that certain shit ain't for you. Right? You got the Knight of Pentacles out here. Why is this Knight of Pentacles out here for my earth signs who are finally accepting? Yeah, because you was wondering why it was taking you so long to be the fucking emperor. Meanwhile, you didn't want to say it with your whole chest. Again, with the Seven of Wands, better than the competition. Right? Speak softly and walk with a big stick. So you trying to not draw attention and be the boss. Right? Nine of Cups. Right? It's like you want to achieve it, but you don't want the blowback. You don't want, listen, you ever had a boss, a real boss that you know, not all bosses are going to be liked by everybody. That's just the real. Okay, so the Page of Pentacles here, there's an opportunity here to turn some shit around. Earth signs with the Ace of Wands. Okay, this is unapologetically standing in the power. Speak softly and walk with a big stick. Well, there the stick is. Seven of Cups, right? So this is not, you know, playing in their illusions anymore. Okay, actually, you know, this may make them feel like they never knew you because they never really saw you because you was too busy trying to give them the face they wanted. Earth signs, Queen of Cups. But sometimes we have to, you know, shoot it straight. And that really is serving love, honestly. Okay, the Chariot is here. Spirit, why is the Chariot? Why is the Chariot here for my earth signs? Yep. Listen. Wow. Okay. So the Chariot with the King of Wands, you're now taking action. Okay, there could be a King of Wands around you. Okay, somebody who wants to make justice for you. Okay, here you are. You're unapologetically standing in your King of Pentacles. Okay, you make that money. Okay, Ten of Swords. I also feel like you've done a lot for other people, and because you didn't want to like claim your power, people may have taken credit for what you did for them. I feel like that's the biggest takeaway that you're learning. And it may be hard now for you to accept the like somebody could say you're wonderful. And you have to learn to just let that be. Yes, you're wonderful, right? Like you know, it's like, oh, I love your outfit. Oh, this whole thing, like, you know, and you're having to learn how to absorb that. Okay. But I feel like you are doing it. Okay, Three of Cups. Okay, I feel like you're gonna be celebrated for something, Earth signs. Okay, with the Nine of Cups, what is this about? No more fucking burdens. That's what it's about. Okay, I feel like once you step into who you are, you end up with the Ten of Wands in reverse. It's not so hard. It's not a struggle anymore to be you. Okay, and you will be above the competition because you always were. You always were. You always were. Nine of Cups. It is your wish fulfillment. Okay, the moon and the divine does favor you. And why the fuck do you have to apologize for it anyway? And anybody who, you know, is wanting to benefit from you, but yet not have to acknowledge that you're leaving them behind. It's what is called for. It's what you have to do, Earth signs. Okay? Because right now, this is about you accepting your power for all the work that you put in. It's not about doing more. It's about the allowing. Okay? And allowing for your energy to speak for you and your deeds and your actions. Okay. And you can stop being less now. You can stop, trying to make it seem like you didn't do all that. Yes, the fuck you did. Congratulations, earth signs, the divine season. All right, that's what I have for my earth signs. I'm a Capricorn rising, so I claim this. Absolutely. Okay, so now we are going to, who's next? Air signs. Pull up. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Pull up, please. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Pull up. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Please show me what they need to know right now for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. What is it that they need to know at this time? Please show me. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I am a money magnet and I receive just by existing. It came out cross. Let's talk about something, air signs. I feel like something is coming in, but it's also going out. And this has something to do with your mindset. This is something about being afraid of not having enough. At the bottom of the deck, we have my name is spoken amongst the most successful people. It comes out in reverse. It's like you don't understand how people see you as being lucky. The person of my dreams is already dreaming of me, and that's in the upright. Okay? Something is aligning with you. You may not necessarily feel it on the horizon, but it is. I feel like you need to, it's like you need to stop the leaking. Okay? So I'm gonna give you a visual. You're trying to take a tub bath. And you keep pouring water into the tub, but you didn't close the drain. Okay? So I feel like Spirit's trying to show you that there's like something going on with you needing to close off something. And it's showing me like a net. So it's like something sifting through. Okay? So let's take a look. Okay. I feel like this has to do with your outside, like what you're seeing, okay? All the maybe, layoff, things like that. There could be changes at work. There could be financial things, okay? Hardships, okay? That is making you, like every time you try to manifest the new, you get pulled back, right? You get pulled back into this older reality because you're having trouble and it feels like it's based in fear. Okay, Spirit, can you show me, please? What is it that my air signs need to know right now? What is it that my air signs need to know? What is it that my air signs need to know? What do we got here? We've got the Knight of Wands. We've got the Eight of Cups. Okay. You may feel like things are fleeting right now, like there's too much change or not enough steadiness, okay? Okay, you got the Queen of Cups out here. You also got the Three of Cups, okay? And the King of Cups, okay? So you got them both, okay? There could be, male or female. We're not talking about, the actual gender. We're talking about energy. There could be a masculine frequency that is struggling with their emotional mindset. This could be draining for you. This could be how things are sifting out. This could be why. Okay, because you could be trying to control your frequency, but this other person is leaking energy that is causing drainage. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, page of wands. You may feel like this person either moves immaturely or they don't make good fucking decisions. I feel like there's a frustration on your behalf. Knight of Wands, please. Knight of Wands, can you show me? Knight of Wands, please. With the moon, the Four of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. This person is an unhealed person. And they may use money, alcohol, something to soothe themselves. But this is causing some type of financial hardship, Spirit is saying. Okay, this person could be you too. But I have a feeling like maybe this was you and you have now kind of recognized, you know, more to control that. But there's somebody around you that has not at all and they're unhealed, okay? You have the Eight of Cups, okay? This may be difficult for you because you may actually have to separate yourself from somebody, okay, with the Eight of Cups here. Right. Emotionally, could be a child, but emotionally, you could feel like you love them very deeply, but you also have to worry about your own future with the Three of Wands. And it's like their judgment isn't great, okay? And the Five of Swords, you may feel like they manipulate you to get their way, but for you, you may realize like the only way for me to succeed in a situation is to call bullshit on this and put a hard no. Eight of Pentacles, and you probably, you know, trying to, this could be work, like finding work or work on things that would solidify you. Like I said, you keep trying to fill up the tub, but it's leaking out, right? And then you got the Page of Swords here coming out crossed. I feel like you have tried to block this person. Okay, if you have personal questions, I will take those at the end, but you have to be a follower, okay? So with the Page of Spears coming out crossed, you've tried to block them because you want them to see that they need to do better for themselves. Five of Cups, it's really hard for you. They know that, okay? Chariot, okay? And the Queen of Swords. So I feel like you may have tried to get them to take some accountability. I feel like they pull away from you when that happens. I feel like this hurts you, but now you're recognizing that might be the only way, okay? With the Queen of Swords, which is your queen, okay, you're recognizing that you have to stand in the truth. You can't just play around with the bullshit, all right? You got the Two of Cups coming out here across. It's also making you wonder about the reciprocity of this relationship, okay? I need a personal reading. Well, you can hit my bio and you'll find all the information you need in there. Okay, the Two of Cups is coming out here crossed with the King of Cups in the upright and the Ten of Cups in the upright as well. I do feel like this person does have feelings for you, but they are the unhealed version of themselves. They may have been relying on you doing the work for them, getting them to calmer waters, always fixing shit for them. You feeling the emotion that they're uncomfortable with feeling, okay? Yes, he's an earth sign. Absolutely. Okay? So it's all about that. This person may be more comfortable for you to feel the emotions that they are feeling because it's like they're trying to express something to you without speaking, but that is not fair. Okay? So you got the King of Cups. It's like verbally they declare like, but I love you. You know I love you, right? But they really come up as the King of Cups cross, which is like a little bit emotionally unstable, not regulated, okay? Unreliable emotionally, okay? And that's a problem, right? Comes out with the Four of Cups. That's the part that you don't like, okay? I just heard that's my type. That's my type, right? So It's like when they're in the good energy, it's full steam ahead. King of Pentacles, you can rely on them. The Star, right? Like that's my type. That's my type. But then whenever they get insecure, they get in their emotional bag, they're dysregulated, they come with bullshit. Right? Ace of Cups. And you're expected to fix it because, love, right? And then here you are, the Queen of Cups in the upright. You could be the mother figure, or it's some kind of emotional wound, right? And you do have feelings for them, but you can't heal the situation for them. Spirit, can you show me? Why is this Queen of Cups here in the upright, please? And it comes out with the Death card, the Knight of Cups, the Empress, and the Two of Wands. Let me just say something. They have to be able to be in the energy of willing to transmute something within them. You can't do it for them because it will stunt their growth. Knight of Cups. They will stay with a child mind, okay? Even though they could be a whole grown-ass adult. Okay, the Empress is here. And if you're not careful, and if you're still of pregnancy age, you will get pregnant. And then you will end up having 2 kids to take care of. I said what the fuck I said. Okay? I said what the fuck I said. With the Two of Wands. Spirit's like, you choose. Now, I'm not saying you have to let go of this person because this person really does fucking love you. But you do have to make sure that you're being like, nah, that's not my responsibility. That's your responsibility. You need to verbalize how you feel. I'm not here to regulate your shit. Grow the fuck up. You might have to say it in a nicer way because I'm a little rough. Okay. But you get my fucking point. You get my point. What's the divine leadership? You get my fucking point. Okay? You got the Three of Cups here, Spirit. Yeah, working on the salt, right? Because my delivery be a little rough. I know that, okay? But, I'm just saying, okay? You might have to do it a little nice. You could say, look what Spirit said. You could say next time the event, when they, because I said, it's like when they're doing good, everything's good. It's Gucci, right? But then when they are not in control of their energy, that's when the shit unravels, right? And you could say with this Eight of Cups cross, hey, listen, I'm not bailing, but I'm not fucking dealing with your shit neither. That's your bag. So, yeah, I'm still here. I'm not leaving. But no. Three of Pentacles, if you want this to work, you're going to have to deal with some of your toxic shit. Because that's the part of the contract that I'm not interested in. And I will fucking block you. You see? Hangman, let them have to meet themselves and their own emotions. Air signs. This is Aquarius. And it is for humanity. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes some things are, you can't always make it nice and pretty with a fucking bow. Right? Sometimes that's not always possible. All right. So that's what I have for my air signs. Water signs. Pull up. Where are we at? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Personal questions will be after I finish the water elements, and you must be a follower. Okay. Water signs. Spirit, can you show me what is it that water signs need to know right now? For Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, please. What does water signs need to know right now for their highest good? I am a real messenger. Yes, I am, my love. Yes, I am. Thank you. Listening, right? Listen, I really am legit. I know that you guys see a lot of crazy shit up on here, but I've been doing this for a very long time. I started doing tarot when I was 13. I deeply learned about astrology when I was 28, and that's before like the whole computer boom. So I really had to study it to learn. Okay. Okay. So if you really want, some in-depth, knowledgeable, I am a master reader. Okay. Legitly. Spirit, can you show me for my water signs? My water signs. My name is spoken amongst the most successful people. Doors for success open for me before I even ask, and I am in alignment with the frequency of luxury. Okay, I like it. What she put? Unmatched accuracy. Thank you, my love. Thank you. Okay, I don't work for money. Money works for me. Hello? Okay. Okay. So you're switching something, water signs. Soft edges. So Spirit wants you to envision standing under a waterfall and water pouring down on you. You should do that for a meditation, okay? And I want you to, as you envision the water rolling down on you, I want you to hear the sound of a casino. I'm not playing. I'm trying to tell you something. Spirit, can you show me what it is that my water signs need to know right now? What do my water signs need to know right now? Six of Cups crossed. Seven of Wands crossed. Three of Cups crossed. You feel unsure about something though, water. You're unsure about what to do. Okay? King of Flowers, King of Wands in the upright. Somebody's gonna take action. I always feel like somebody's watching me and I have no privacy. Oh. Spirit, can you show me, please, what it is? Three of Swords and the mystery card, which is in this deck, what would that be? Oh, it's the High Priestess. I don't even need to look. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck is the Hermit. For my water signs, there could have been something that was hidden from you. There could have been a third party or something that hit you hard emotionally. Okay, Four of Cups. I feel like there was some bitter realities that you didn't necessarily want to have to take a look at, but now you had to, okay? Something caused you to have to focus on some shit that maybe you were ignoring for a little bit of time, okay? Spirit, can you show me, please, what it is that water needs to know right now? Somebody at the door? Spirit, why is the Six of Cups here for my water signs? Why is Six of Cups here for my water signs? Why is the Six of Cups here for my water signs? Hey, family, please like, share, and subscribe this video. Yes, please do like, share, and subscribe. And for my TikTok followers, please go over to YouTube and also follow me there, okay? That would be greatly appreciated, okay? And that's where the library of all the lives is anyway, okay? So the Six of Cups is here, coming out with the Eight of Wands. You're learning about something that already happened. Something that you didn't have clarity on with the Seven of Wands. Seven of Cups. It could have been an illusion. You could have thought one thing was really another thing, okay? And Nine of Wands. There might have been signs that maybe you were not trying to see because it was a shock to the system, okay? But you have the Seven of Wands coming out cross. Spirit. Why? Why is this 7 of Wands coming out crossed? Thank you, Muñeca. 7 comes out crossed with the 2 of Pentacles crossed. I'm going to put it to you like this. Let's say that you were in a relationship and then there was a third party situation, maybe in the past or recently. And this person could have said, I promise that will never happen again. It's only you, right? And then you find out that it continued or that it's another situation. Whatever it is making you feel undermined. Okay? And whether or not, because I feel like you chose something, but you're feeling as if it didn't choose you. Okay? With the 3 of Cups here, comes out with the 6 of Swords. Okay? Let me tell you something. You could be with somebody who is so brazen that it's like maybe before they were apologetic. And then now it feels like they're saying like, well, you knew what it was and you knew you was taking a risk. And, you know, for us to go to calmer waters, we're just going to have to accept this new reality. So I feel like this person isn't even trying to clean up the mess, right? Right? Like mess on aisle 3. Okay? It feels like they're not trying to fix this situation. It feels like their way of fixing it is to get you to accept something. Okay? You got the King of Wands here. This is somebody who takes action with the 10 of Cups. Thank you for the gift, my love. You know what's even crazier? And the King of Wands is here too. Okay? So you know what's crazier? This person could have took more action in another way. Like you could be discovering, like, you know, give you an example. You work nights. They work days. They work a few minutes from where you work. Right? And they get out and they go pick up fast food right down the road from where you work. Right down the fucking road. And you're like, damn, that shit sounds good. You could have brought me some. And they're like, I don't have time. Da, 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 da. But then when you find out about the third party situation, they did exactly that for the other person. Right? So even though it's a minute thing, to you, it may feel like a worthiness thing. Like, oh, so they didn't think I was worthy or I'm less than. And that may be how you feel now. But maybe I want to give you a way of looking at something. Could it be that spirit is unmasking a reality so that you can see how something was making you feel or how you have allowed something to make you feel? Okay, because the 3 of Swords is here. Spirit, why is the 3 of Swords here? With the Knight of Wands and the Sun. You can't make this shit up. Truth is in the building, baby. The reality was you was trying to make, oh shit, I'm going to say something. Let me just finish these last 2 cards. You was trying to make this fuck boy or whatever, male or female, we're just talking about the energy, be something that they weren't. And now it's all it's on Front Street. You can see the ego. You can see how they were moving. You can see how reckless they were. You can see how they gambled it all away. Okay. With the devil, their unhealed ass. Okay. And they were putting the shit on you, right? But it's also exposing your fear because you wanted to believe in something that you knew that shit looked fucking sketchy on the surface. Listen, we grown folk over here. We really are. This isn't like the 16-year-old room. I'm going to give it to you straight. There was something sketchy about it. You saw it. You tried not to see it because you were like, well, maybe that was the past. Okay. But now something was uncovered. And the high priestess can mean your intuition. It also could be the energy of somebody who is silently new. This could be a mother-in-law. This could be some shit like that. That's going to piss you off even fucking more. Why is this high priestess here? And these might sound like crazy things, but they're not crazy things. You know why? Because this new timeline, we are not, listen, we going straight at it. Okay? With the 7 of Wands coming out crossed, okay? That's because you didn't want to stand on business before. You didn't. It's okay. You didn't want to stand on business, okay? And the 3 of Cups. And so that's how somebody got away with a third-party situation. You see there's 3 fucking people there, right? But now you stand on fucking business. Look at the sword. Try me. Try me if you want to. You have to. Knight of Swords. You're going to have to verbalize, okay? And what I was going to say to you before, that I said, let me just finish these 2 cards. I was at the supermarket. There's this young cat. Every time I go to the supermarket, he's trying to holler at me. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, right? He's always trying to holler at me. And I have already told him, like, bro, I am like too grown for you. Right? You're probably my son's age. Like, leave me alone. Like, leave me alone. Right? And what I notice is that this guy is in the supermarket all of the motherfucking time. And Spirit actually said about him, go sell cars, not dreams. Because what he's doing is he's staying in the supermarket looking for women of a particular age or a particular situation to see if he can, run a lick. You could tell he ain't had a haircut or nothing. Right? You understand? So what Spirit is saying here is that for whatever reason, there was somebody that you didn't want to see how they were moving. And it was because you wasn't ready. But you're ready now, babe. You're ready now. It's okay. Okay? And this is going to set you free in another way. And I don't know who this person is. But listen. When you look back a year from now, you're going to be saying, what the fuck was on my mind with them stained ass jogging pants? Kitchen fucked up, peas as a motherfucker. No self-care. Looking rough. And you trying to make me feel like less. You got me fucked up. Okay. I feel like you're going to feel very differently. So be easy on yourself, okay? Be easy on yourself. When you look back, you're gonna have a very different stance, okay? You have a very different stance because you've got goodness coming to you. I feel like fall is going to be a good time for you. I feel like in the fall, you're going to start venturing out again and you're going to see how desired you are. I see a rooftop lounge. Okay. I'm going to leave that there for those of you that would like a question asked. I will take turns. I will go from TikTok to YouTube. You must be a follower. I do them free on Mondays. You're welcome. I do them free on Mondays. And then I'm going to try to start coming on Wednesdays and doing paid for questions. If you can't book an entire reading with me, you can do that. Okay? If there's anybody in here that would like a mini reading from me, instead of just like a yes or no, you are welcome to do so by sending 22 to my Cash App. Okay? I didn't put it in the info, but I'm sure there's somebody in there, one of my followers who can do that. Okay, so drop your questions and I will see. Spirit picks them. Okay, Taffy, is Darren regretting breaking up? Okay. Thank you, my love, for the gift. Is Darren regretting breaking up? Darren is regretting breaking up, but he's acting up right at this present time. So he's doing what a lot of masculines will do when they're trying to avoid feelings. So there could be like a lot of hanging out, partying, complaining, griping about the situation. Okay. But yes, the anxiety is starting to creep in. Okay. Stick to your guns. Okay. Lady Artistry, will I get the apartment in Brooklyn? Latasha, you have to be a follower to get a question answered. Oh, you did follow me. Okay. Sorry, honey. You got 88 over here. 888. Listen, I feel like you may get that apartment, but stick with me, Lady Artistry. You got 8 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords. Okay? You have to keep your energy more positive. Okay? Not only that, you got the Tower, the Lovers, and the Chariot. You are moving. I don't know if you put 2 applications in at once, or you could feel like you're going to lose this one and you put another one in, or they say no to this one and then another one comes, boom. And that's the joint. Okay? I don't know if this apartment is by a park. I feel like there's a park close by. Feels like an open space. I don't know if you have a pet. Okay? But I feel like you might be walking in this park a lot. Okay? A cat. Okay? Now, listen. If you have time, you should find a way to get out to a place with a lot of birds. Okay? And you should sit on a park bench and you should talk to the birds telepathically, honey. Okay? And tell them your woes and what you need. Because there's a group of ancestors, feminine ancestors. Okay? That maybe you're not all the way tapped in yet with that frequency, because this has to do with our collective, not our individual ancestors, but our bloodline, right? Mitochondrial DNA, right? And they want to help you. Okay? They want to help you. All right. Let's see who else is here. You're moving, honey. You're welcome. Jesse, are you a follower, my love? I have somebody else's question that I need to ask, though. Yes, I am available this evening, Miss T. If you want to do that, yes, you can message me and we will look at that, okay? But I feel like Latasha asked a question. Should Brian and I get married? I be trying to remember the order, but you know, once the ticker starts moving, guys, you might have to like rewrite. What's good, Evelyn? Because I do the best that I fucking can. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't read everything. Spirit will have me remember some stuff. I feel like it's possible that y'all are gonna get hitched. And there could be something about money. But make sure that if you are the person making more money or like you have something to lose, that there's some parameters set up about how money works or, you know, prenups or something like that. Because I feel like there's something about that. Okay. Linda, stick around, Linda. You're the breadwinner. Okay. For T, you need to hit me up in the messenger with a number because I'm not going to come back on live at 7, right? So you need to hit me up with information on how I can contact you at 7. Do you understand? Okay. Linda. I'm going to give you some information about how your daughter is dealing with that. Don't be so savage. Hey, Candelo. So, Linda, there may be some processes that need to be shifted. So, although it may be a very heavy energy, there needs to be a way that you implement celebration versus sorrow. Okay? So I'm gonna give you an example. My husband, he passed away in 2006, and he passed away 5 days before his birthday. In the first few years, I was, you know, doing something on the day that he passed, and also of his birthday. And what I realized is that my kids were not progressing because those 5 days felt so long, and it was so heavy for us, right? And so what I started to do was we no longer we would go out for dinner on both days, but we would use it as a time to talk about positive memories and would do it more as a celebration of life than a grieving thing. And that actually helped them move forward. Okay. I also feel like it stops this spirit because he stays around her a lot because of her sadness. Yes, I will do that as soon as I get off from here. Okay. Let me see if I can do it now. Wow. I'm on here. Okay, I accept it. Okay. Um, that's what I have for you. Okay. If you want a question asked, please make sure that you are following. Marsha, no, this person is not hearing you telepathically, but they can necessarily feel proximity. This person is unhealed as of now, which is why you haven't met them yet. Okay. They're focusing themselves on financial things. Okay. It's kind of a way, this person has a mommy wound. Okay. And I feel like they're being dragged a little because they stay, on business. I feel like this person could be a Capricorn or something, but they, like they throw themselves into work. Okay. But they're being cracked open. Okay. Forever first. You're the Capricorn? Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't meet a Capricorn. Could be another earth sign, could be a Virgo. Okay, hold on, guys. Okay, I got your number, Taffy. Okay. You needed to hear that too? All right. For a general reading, it's $22. You can send it to the Cash App. I'll do it right now. And T, if you want it right now, I can do it right now for you. Okay. Make sure you are following if you would like a question answered. Make sure you are following if you would like a question answered. Okay. Hey, Queen Char. Thank you for the gift, my love. And let's see. Will my fiance and I get married? Yes. And that was a strong yes. You had the Three of Pentacles and you had the Six of Wands. It's a victory. Okay. Forever first, will my marriage reconcile? won't. What is there something that needs to be done? Okay, to go to calmer waters. And that before you rush to go back to something, you should work on your own happiness, because what's good, Pink? Because let's say this person is doing their work, right? And then you don't do the work. Then when they come back, you'll be unhealed, and then it will be uneven. Same thing goes the other way around. Okay. So if you try to stay in the same place, or they do, to hold on to something that's not fitting, it will not work. So concentrate on elevating yourself, Spirit is saying, and that might be the thing that causes this person to want to do better. Okay? It's a two-way street. I found love on a two-way street. Okay? And there could have been a difference in frequency, and lost it on a lonely highway. Okay? So I feel like that y'all have to get back on the same page, and you can't do that by trying to stay the same, because the only thing that's constant is change, babe. Okay? I do this every Monday, guys. I come on and I take questions. I'm going to take 3 more questions. Okay? So drop them if you want them. 3 more questions. Spirit will choose them. Okay? Anybody from YouTube? Will my ex reach out and reconcile? Are you a follower, Melissa? Yes. Chariot with the 2 of Cups. Okay. I feel like within 3 days, actually. Okay. Is Trendell the one for me? Is Trendell the one for me? Trendell might have already been in a committed relationship and has not fully left that, whether that's, not fully divorced or in his heart. Okay. He may also not believe in marriage. There's some inner healing on the part of that person before that happens. Okay. Pink. What's up with Brown and me? Spirit, can you show me? So it feels like you might do things, but separate. This person could have been a loner for a long time. They could like their own company. They may feel more comfortable with giving you a couple of bucks. Hold on one second. Is he there, Mom? Where's Carlos? Is he there with you? Okay. Okay. Sorry, my mom is getting a ride, and it's hard for her to get to the vehicle by herself. There's something here about a single mindset and about finances. This person could be, willing to give you some money or, things like that, or pay for some food or whatever, but they might not be open to a relationship. This feels like Fallen Notes. You want my body, now you want my soul. Ooh, forget about it, now say no. Okay? Oh, and you have a great day too. So I feel like they're just not open to certain things. And that's what's up. It's their code, okay? That they're used to in that way. Okay? I'm glad you made it to say hi too. Yes, please do. Okay, Larry. Is it over for real, Marvin? Not as of yet. But that might not necessarily be a good thing. You got the Magician and the Two of Wands. Okay, this energy keeps going back and forth, and the Ace of Swords. Something is not being all the way truthful here. Okay, and the Star. Okay, so you guys are not really done yet. Okay, not as of yet. Okay. But don't pick up on the first ring, Spirit said. Knock it the fuck off. Okay. Thank you, guys. I just want to say thank you to all of you that came and spent some time with me. I'm going to go eat some lunch now. I do this every Monday. Make sure you're following. Please do follow me on YouTube as well, okay? Because that's where the replays are, okay? And we grow our community together. And then Wednesdays, I'll come on and do questions, okay? So I'm so happy to be able to do this for you guys. Make sure you're following so you can get notified when I'm on again, all right? I'm wishing you all light and love and blessings on blessings. Bye, gang. Bye, my loves.